We now have the first progress report on the audit of the 2020 presidential election in Texas. It shows only a few discrepancies between the electronic count and a recount by hand. The audit is reviewing nearly 3.9 million votes cast in Dallas, Tarrant, Collin, and Harris counties. It was ordered by Governor Abbott after a request from former President Donald Trump, despite Trump winning the state by 5%. The state is continuing to investigate nearly 600 votes statewide that may have been cast illegally, but there is no indication of any widespread fraud. Fox 4's Lori Brown joins us with that story. Lori?
Blake, each of the counties with small discrepancies between the electronic vote and the hand count vote had explanations. For example, in Collin County, the curbside voting machines did not produce a paper record, and in Dallas County, there was a data entry problem.
Once those are all investigated, we'll find very few votes cast illegally, and so Texas will come out looking pretty good.
After reading the state's progress report released at noon on New Year's Eve, SMU political scientist Cal Gilson said the Texas election process will likely be validated when the final audit comes out.
If we have a handful of illegal votes out of 3.88 million cast in these four counties, I'll be surprised.
The Texas Secretary of State says the auditors continue to investigate 509 voters who may have cast ballots in Texas and another state, as well as 67 votes cast in the names of dead voters. It is important to note those votes in question are a drop in the ocean of the state's 11.3 million votes cast.
The vast majority of those will be resolved as clerical errors or easily understood glitches in the process, rather than intentional illegal voting.
The state's audit is looking at the two largest Democratic counties, Dallas and Harris, and the two largest Republican counties, Collin and Tarrant. Of those counties, the state found 5,483 possible non-U.S. citizen voter records. Dallas County has already canceled more than 1,100 of those records, while Collin and Tarrant County are still reviewing each record. Keep in mind those voter records are not necessarily votes cast. Harris County has not yet responded to the Secretary of State.
People who want to argue that the election was fraught with fraud and corruption, probably stolen, will point to those unresolved at this point discrepancies as part of their case. Others will note that as the rest of this process plays out, those discrepancies, almost all of them, will be resolved in a clear and understandable way.
Gilson says perhaps the most comforting part of the audit, the discrepancy between the electronic votes counted and the hand count, is 0.1%.
I would urge people to look with clear eyes at these reports and see that they do suggest our elections are well and honestly conducted.
The Secretary of State's office is now working on phase 2 of the audit. A spokesperson for the office says that the request for documents covers more election materials than any other audit in the U.S. to date.